And we are live. Hi, Cam. How you going?
Hey, Steve. Hey, how are you?
Yeah, really good. Hi, everyone, and welcome once again to another Business Reinvented business broadcast. Steve Plummer here, joined by Cam Roberts this week for marketing assets for every stage of the customer buying cycle. Now, the really good thing about that, Cam, you've actually left a slide on the screen, so I won't forget what the title of today is, like I did a few weeks ago. So we're off to a really good start. Excellent. The beauty of live broadcasts, right? All right. So, Cam, this is a multifaceted I guess thing that businesses need to get right, in that buying cycle, because not everyone, we've always said that customers buy in their own time, right? Not when we want them to as the business owner. They buy in their time. And so what we're sharing with you today is how to, I guess, approach it and deal with it at those different stages of the buying cycle, from the, I'm kind of interested to, I've got to have it now kind of thing. And, all of us, whenever we bought anything, have been at those various stages. I'm a bit interested, I'll go and do some research. Gee, that looks really interesting. Or I'm almost ready to buy now, give me a good offer kind of thing. So different copy and different things are required at each of those stages. So it's a really good one today, and looking forward to delving into it. So, Cam, marketing assets for every stage of the customer buying cycle.
Yeah, so let's jump into it. And I should say, to start off with, there is 4 stages that we look at. And, what I find a lot in marketing and talking to clients and people that reach out for our help, Steve, is they really only focus on sales funnels. And sales funnels are typically lead generation. So they, you constantly hear people talk about like lead magnets and, what should they put at the top of the funnel to bring people into their funnel, into the CRM. But there's actually even more than that into, running a business and getting it right with your marketing, because there's 4 unique stages that, I term that are a part of that buying cycle for a customer in their journey in doing business with you. So it's not just, downloading something off a website. It actually goes a lot more in depth than that. And so what we're going to do today is walk through those 4 stages. And one of those stages is, of course, at the top of the funnel. But there's 3 more after that, which you should also be implementing in your business. So stage 1, Steve, is the unaware stage. And this is where your customers or clients actually don't know that they've got a problem. So they actually don't know what they don't know. And it's your job to create assets, to create sales language, to create copywriting that lets them know that they do have a problem, because you can't sell to someone that doesn't have a problem, right? So you need to let them know they have a problem and bring that up front. Now, stage 2 is
just to people, we always buy what we want, right? And so if in that unaware stage, sometimes we don't know that we want something, a new pair of shoes, a really cool shirt, whatever it might be, right? But we're just unaware, and something might pop up into our feed, or an ad might catch our attention when we're online surfing the net, as it were. So it's that can still, that unaware stage doesn't mean that you are never going to buy.
Correct. It could be a certain type of tires for your car, a security system for your home. We're currently looking at a solar system, for our home, right? And, I wouldn't have thought of that 2 years ago. It just wouldn't have crossed my mind. So, so the buyers are unaware and they don't know they have a problem.
All right, your news feed is about to be flooded by all these ads for solar right now, right? Just because you've said that, right?
That's right.
That's how it works.
One of those guys on the project that constantly plugs, chicken or takeaway food, But so stage 2 is the discovery stage. And stage 2 is where they know they have a problem and they are actually shopping around looking for a solution for them, the right solution for them. So stage 2 is that discovery stage. They're out there looking, they're doing their homework, they're looking online, they're looking offline, they're talking to other people about it. So they're in that discovery stage for themselves.
Yeah. And Cam, I'd probably just add to that, we've got to be really, I guess, mindful and aware that when people are in that stage, they've got 5, 6, 10, 15 tabs open at once, right? And, as we're looking for things, we're often flicking between one to the other. And so you want your website, your offer, your lead magnet, whatever it might be, to be the one that really catches their attention. So, your copy needs to be spot on and talk to their problem and their pain. And the offering of a solution for that, because as much as we would love it to be, they will have 5, 6, 7, 10, 12, 15 tabs open at once.
Correct.
Not just ours, right? So
no,
yeah.
That's right. And we work with a lot of different clients, Steve, and we see it all the time. Clients come to us with a website for us to, critique and give an audit on or whatever. And, 9 times out of 10, as soon as you land on someone's homepage, it's all about them. And you need to flip that. It's got to be about the prospect's problem, right?
Yeah.
And show up with their pain points. So that's a really good point, Steve. So stage 3 is the buying stage. So what marketing assets can you develop in the buying stage? So this is when they are ready to pull the trigger. They're ready to pay some money, and all they need is that little bit of reassurance to kind of kick them over the edge or get them over the line, so to speak, and let them know that they're making the right decision. So that's stage 3. And stage 4 is the final stage, is the yay, they bought stage. So what now? So what we find is that a lot of people, once they make a sale, they don't actually have any more assets to deliver in the way of marketing, but there's certain things that you should deploy in your marketing, absolutely without question, that's going to help you even make more sales in the future on those people that are already buying.
Yeah, and the exact statistic escapes my mind, Cam, but it's something like a buyer who's bought from you once is 3 times more likely to buy from you again than a fresh prospect. So, it really is about maximizing each of that, that new client you get, maximizing how much they're going to spend with you. That's really important.
Absolutely. And you've already got them as a lead. You know what I mean? Like they're already a customer, they're already a client. You don't have
done the hard work. You've done the hard right. Yeah.
You don't have any new client acquisition costs.
Yeah.
Like you're already there. So that's really good.
Yeah.
So stage 1 in the unaware problem. So these are your traditional lead magnets that you'll see online on websites and so forth. And again, this is for people who don't know that they have a problem. And they include things like, how-to guides, checklists, and these are all free, that you give away free on your website, your landing pages, in your sales funnels. It could be a white paper report, it could be a comprehensive blog that you've written, it could be an awareness YouTube video to make people aware of their problem. Quizzes work well, especially if you can make them interactive. And what I mean by that is someone goes through the quiz and there's 3 or 4 different paths that they end up on depending on the questions that they answered. So interactive quizzes are great. And also website chats, either live or automated. So you've got the little website things that pop up on landing pages and websites where people can interact and find out more about what you have to offer.
Yeah, Cam, I might just mention there, like with let's just talk lead magnets. All of those are examples on the screen there of lead mags. But let's just talk about a free guide or a how-to or a checklist. Everything. You've got to have that that mindset when you're crafting that, when you're putting it together, you're creating it, that if this is the only chance they get to see me and my stuff, what is it that I've got to show them? Right, that's really important. And really, as you and I know, based on creating, hundreds of different lead magnets across dozens and dozens of different industries, it really gets down to 4 things. You've got to have a really good title that's going to hook them in, right? That speaks to their pain, their problem, speaks to their motivation. You have a really good title, and that should probably have a cover page if it's a PDF document. Then there's the other thing there should be is information about you so they can get to know you. It doesn't have to be 10 pages long. It can be a paragraph, but what is it that connects you to them? What is it that connects you to the market? What is it that sets you apart from those in the market? Is it awards won and things like that? There may be room for some proof in there, some testimonials or whatever. The third thing then is the content. So whether it is your checklist or your 5 things for this or whatever, the 5 steps to this, whatever it might be. And then the last thing, the fourth part of that, Cam, is that what's next, right? So this is we need to take them on a journey, right? And so those 4 things, so the hook, the big idea, the title of what it is, a bit about you so they get to know you, the thing that they want that you've advertised, and then the what's next. It's got to have those 4 stages. If it doesn't have those 4 stages, those 4 things, you've wasted a lot of marketing effort.
Yeah, that's really good. And I probably want to add to that, Steve, is the what next needs to be related to the lead magnet that they just got. So, for an example, if you were running a digital agency, You couldn't put a lead magnet out there to help people with Facebook ads, but the what next was having a call about LinkedIn marketing, right? It's a disconnect. Or you wouldn't do a lead magnet for, say, helping people with YouTube ads, and then, the what next is to have a call for Facebook groups, how to start your own Facebook groups. There's a disconnect between the two. So it's very important that whatever that lead magnet is that pulled them in, you keep them on that slippery slide, and the next call to action is closely related to that information that they've just requested.
Yeah, it's that those narrow walls and pathways that we always talk about. That's any pardon me, any hint or sense of that disconnect, and people get confused. They get hesitant, and as soon as they're confused, they'll do nothing. Right, you lose them there and then. So it's a really big point with that, Cam. Yeah.
If you confuse them, you lose them.
Yeah.
Right. So stage 2, the discovery stage. This is they know they have a problem, and they're shopping around for the right solution. So some of the marketing assets that you should be developing for your business, whether your business is online or offline, these apply to you. It could be free giveaways and prize draws. Now, Steve, I know you've written a lot of copy over the years for prize draws and go into the draw to win with very high levels of success. Do you want to talk about that a little bit?
Well, it is all about, it's an interesting one. I was about to say the bigger the prize, the better. But the bigger the prize, providing it's not too unbelievable. You're selling a $10 widget and you've got to go in the draw to win a $2 million property. People go, what? So if you just got to be careful with doing it. Now, the competitions too, if done correctly, they don't have to be, hugely expensive things. And, you and I are aware of how you insure against the loss and all those sorts of things, Cam. That's not a new concept, but certainly free giveaways, big prize draws, can work very, very well. And as you said, written many promotions like that, do very, very well for clients. So don't discount that as an option. Yeah.
And also too, on free prize draws and giveaways, when I've consulted with people, it's got to be based on your buyer persona, not what you think. So based on your buyer persona, what are their fears, frustrations, wants, desires, and needs, that free giveaway or that free prize draw that they're going into, it's got to be based on them and, and serving them. So that's really good.
Yeah, I'll just a quick example, Cam, for a renovation company. It was a free go in the draw for the chance to win a $50,000 kitchen makeover.
Right,
that was I think that's the last one I've done of a really big stage like that. So that's a really good point in terms of making it congruent. Yeah.
Yeah, excellent, very good. And so the next one there, if you run an e-commerce store, you could have e-commerce opt-ins or percentage to get a discount. So that's when you visit the store and the little thing pops up. By the way, that also works offline. Like if you had a coffee shop or a cafe and someone walked in, if they put their name down or they put their business card in a fish bowl, are they going to get a percentage off their coffee or something like that? So that can work quite well in person as well as online. And then you have webinars and live events, things to attract people and let them discover more about your solution. Obviously, product demonstrations work really well. That's why things like the Easter show, you have a lot of people doing product demonstrations. Expos work quite well for that reason as well. And then you have membership low-cost trials. So if you have a gym or a health club or even an online membership program, you can give people $1 a trial for a week, or pay $1 to try a month, depending on what your program is. So all of those things work really well in that discovery stage where people are shopping around.
Yeah, Cam, just quickly on that, I am mindful of time, but just quickly on the coffee one that you mentioned, if you run a cafe and people are actually allowed to come into your store, depending on where you live, let's not go there, but, the price could be free coffee for a year. And what that might mean is that, put your details in the bowl and then it's drawn at the end of the month, and you win a free coffee a week for the next 12 months. Obviously it's got to, the numbers have to work as a business owner if you're in your favor, but you think of the business that would generate, the contact list that would generate for a coffee a week, maybe it's a coffee a day for a month, I don't know, you work it out. But that something like that is a really good way of in that discovery phase, because we all have our favorite coffee, but people often try lots of different coffees, right? I'm really keen to try different coffees. I've got my favorite coffee spots, but if someone's going to give me a free coffee for a year, that interests me.
Yeah, that's right. And more likely than not, you'll take someone with you to the coffee shop as well.
Yeah.
And you'll probably buy something else while you're there.
Yeah. Yeah.
So stage 3 is the buying. They're ready to pull the trigger. They just need some reassurance. So this is where things like 5-star guarantees come in handy, positive customer reviews that you can show them, case studies and success stories, free quotes, free shipping, risk reversals, things like that, free consultations and free audits. They all help your buyers feel reassured before they cross that last little line and give you their card or their money.
Yeah. Just one thing to add there, Cam, testimonials, usually just the difference between a testimonial and a case study. Testimonial is usually a short sentence or paragraph. Cam and Steve are really great at what they do, and they've helped me to do X, Y, and Z, whereas a case study is often more detailed. It might go over a page of, different headings and things like that, but it goes into more depth and detail about that transformation. I was here, now I'm there kind of thing. So, those things are really important all the time.
That's good, Steve. And stage 4, the bought stage. So they bought. Now what? This is really important. You have a stick system. You want to stick them back to that great decision they just made. And then also ask them for customer feedback after they've been in your and experienced your business or been in your program for a little while. And then you have a net promoter score to get some feedback off them, find out what they're doing, how you're serving them and how your team are going. And then you have a loyalty program that you'll tap into them, and also a referral system, because people know people just like them. So even after people buy, Steve, it's very important to have marketing assets that help them, even be more raving fans and happy with their purchases.
Yeah, I think, Cam, the other really important thing about that is that I always use the phrase that like attracts like. So if someone is a really good customer because they're nice people, they're easy to deal with and so forth, they generally hang out with other people who are easy to deal with, nice people and so forth. So wherever you can leverage that principle of like attracts like, you do so, you end up with often a much better quality client / customer.
Yeah, absolutely. So Steve, that's a wrap for the marketing assets. So the question I've got to the folks today is, what marketing assets do you need to develop for your business based on those 4 stages of the buying cycle? And if you want some help, what we're going to do is put a link in the comments below where you can fill out a short survey and go from there.
Yeah, all right, fantastic. Thanks, Cam. That was really good. A little bit longer today, but sometimes it's great to delve in a little bit more deeply into things and get some more examples. So thanks, Cam. That was really good. Hope you enjoyed that one, folks. And don't forget the link in the comments if you would like some help from us. So thanks, Cam, and we'll see you all next time.
Cheers, everyone.